think Jake Paul done lost his mind. Logan Paul, man. I'm a big fan of Logan Paul now.
Jake Paul is going to fight Mike Tyson.
Okay.
And he's already seeing past Mike Tyson. He's called out someone David Tua, right?
Okay, the Tua man.
Yes, sir. Don't they call him the Samoan Superman? Is that one of his nicknames? Or the Hulk? The Hulk. They call him the Samoan Hulk. He has a nickname I'm not too familiar with, but I know
Tua man.
Yes, sir. Okay,
that's what they call him. Tua man.
Man, what do you think about that, Jake Paul?
I think Jake Paul done lost his mind.
Oh my goodness.
Right, I get it. Now, he's another marketing genius. But he must not value his life too much. I mean, you going out the most dangerous man in the world, Mike Tyson, and then you coming after, our guy, Tua. Man, listen, I'll tell you this. If you do happen to get lucky and get past Mike Tyson, I guarantee you're not going to get past Tua.
Wow.
Tua, I mean, that was another dream fight, boxing match that should have happened back in the day. Because Tua was like our Mike Tyson. I mean, just the way not saying like he's like Mike Tyson, but the way he was built, how he boxed and everything. And to be able to have, this cat here, Jake, man, challenge these two, legend icons, man. Hey. More power to him, but good luck. You better have a lot of ice packs on the side.
Oh, man.
And have the ambulance on.
An ambulance.
An ambulance.
Ambulance.
Yeah, ambulance.
Man.
Hey, big shout out to him. He's a marketing genius.
They've done a lot. The Paul brothers, Logan Paul, WWE superstar.
Yeah.
You scroll back a few years ago on the YouTubes.
Yeah.
And you'll see just how far they've both come. So yeah,
he's a good the brother Logan Paul. That's the one that's wrestling.
Yes, sir, Logan Paul.
He's a good wrestler.
Yes, he is.
You know what I mean? I mean, he's a real good wrestler. He's one of those kids that, when you see a kid come into the ring, he has that, he can be coachable, but you can tell that he's been messing around with, wrestling for a bit. Like as far as in the backyard, but him and his brother playing around and blah blah blah. Like he's been a big fan of professional wrestling. But when you see him actually perform on the inside, it's like you can see his timing is good. His instincts, his ring awareness is good in there. So I think that if he plays his cards right and WWE, works out the everything for Logan Paul, I think he can be a huge player for long term, because once he's smartened up, as far as how the industry works, I think he can be definitely a good team player.
From my perspective, I think nobody caught on to this business quicker than Logan Paul, other than Kurt Angle. I think Kurt Angle was before Logan Paul, and since then, Logan Paul, I think he just took to this business so quick, and he's learned it. And like you said, man, he's going to be a huge superstar. He's got so much ahead of him.
Yeah, well, the difference with Kurt and Logan Paul is like Logan Paul didn't have nobody to kind of walk him through it. He just jumped in, and just did what his instincts came to him as far as in the ring. And then a few critiques from the veterans or whoever's just working with him. But then when you got a guy like Kurt Angle, when Kurt came through, he was already an athlete, but he was an athlete to a different vibe, meaning, I'm sure there was that vibe about, a gold medalist amateur versus now coming into what a lot of people sometimes don't respect. They think wrestling is fake.
Right.
They think that, this is a circus and blah, blah, blah. But, once he came through, for the beginning part, there was, I heard there was like a little attitude of that he kind of didn't respect the business of professional wrestling. And so, of course, when you come through, you're going to put him with certain people to break this person down. Break him down not only to respect the business, but also for his own good, because you're either on this side or you're not on the side at all, right? And so when you're booked, when they booked him with a lot of top talent, Triple H, and travel with certain people, and book him with Edge and Christian, myself, a lot of different people, was to help this guy mold him into being a professional wrestler, to understand how the industry is, and then to keep him away from all the bad, that's surrounding all the temptations of hanging out in a club or a bar or whatever the case. So they would put this guy here with the Office, like, guys like Bruce Pritchard and so forth. So, and that's what, I would like to probably call that to protect the investment.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was like a $10 million investment or something on Kurt at the time. But Kurt eventually, he became one of my good friends because, when we work together, I can feel the passion of him wanting to truly, truly learn. Like he learned his lesson now coming through. Like he learned that we were all trying to help him get to, but he did it himself, He was able to open that door to receive help from professionals to make him a professional. And then, as we know today, look at Kurt. Kurt Angle is a worldwide name in sports entertainment as far as wrestling, but he was already a worldwide name as far as the Olympic gold medalist.
Yes,
so just to throw that out there, to sum it all up in one's, like, there's some that come in our business, in our industry, that has no business being in it, and then there's some that come through that you got to break them into respecting the business, and then there's some that come through that's just a natural. And so, big shout out to those that has completed that, the guys like, Kurt Angle and, Logan Paul. Man, I'm a big fan of Logan Paul now.
I'm getting there myself. I'm getting there as well.